So, I got great news, guys. So, for all of you who are progressive, we thought we were going into this election voting for a Republican by the name of Donald Trump or a Republican by the name of Joe Biden. But lo and behold, here comes cool Uncle Joe, and guys, he switched to progressive. I'm telling you, he has these new policies out which are amazing. Super, super left, super, super socialist, and great for the country. You wouldn't believe it. The things he's doing with Medicare. He, guys, he's dropping the age. That's right. He is dropping the age from 65 to, get this, now hold your breath, 60 years old. I mean, holy shit. Have you seen anything better? And yeah, okay, so Amy Klobuchar wanted to do 50 in 2016. Clinton said 55, but we won't talk about that. Yes, Joe may be going to the right of them, but look, they're fucking socialists. We're not going that far, right? No, I mean, we can't get rid of the profit motive of the healthcare industry. That would ruin this country. But Joe Biden also said, just to really hand out that olive branch to the progressives, that he'll do his best not to sexually harass a woman while in office. I mean, what more can we ask for, guys? Really? I mean, that's the guy. I mean, obviously, we need to ride that no malarkey train all the way to DC, baby. That's the way to go. If you can't tell, I'm being sarcastic. No, and look, that whole Medicare thing is completely repugnant. I have no idea why most articles right now are leading with that because it's completely stupid. Um, what's more important, though, is Joe Biden has talked about, and he said moving forward, one of his policies is going to be to completely clear student debt and also free education. That's that's fucking enticing. I'm not gonna lie. That makes me stop and go, whew. Okay, so I did want to make I was gonna go Jill Stein or maybe just sit out the whole presidency and vote everything in every other election, but if he's gonna do free education, that's a move, man. That's I mean that's a win. We have to acknowledge that. Is it the win we want? No. And I am in no way telling you that you should jump on the Joe Biden bandwagon because I'm not right now. I mean, for me, he's gonna have to do a little bit more. There has to be, I don't know, there has to be a little bit, for one, he's gonna have to address the stimulus package. He's gonna have to address the oversight. He's gonna have to say he's gonna have to acknowledge wealth inequality in this country and that he's going to do something. There's certain things in there. I'm not asking. Look, if he doesn't push Medicare for all, fine, I get it. It's not something I'm totally happy with. Understand, but there's levels at which I would end up voting for Joe. Um, and that one's interesting. And look, if you want to argue, well, look, he says he's going to do it, but will he? He probably won't. You're probably right, and he probably won't. But the idea that he's putting it out there, that's a platform he's running on, and we can call him out for not doing it. It's just interesting. That's all I'm saying. I think it's interesting that number one, he's going left after winning the nomination. Usually, this is when he would go right, and I'm sure you've heard that a million times if you've heard about this story. But yeah, it's making me think like is this as far as he's going? I've heard certain staffers of his say, no, he's going to go a little bit more left before this is all over. If he does, I don't know. It's been such a confusing couple of weeks politically. I talked about the AOC story, everyone bashing on her. Well, turns out she did not vote for the stimulus bill. I personally stayed back and was like, look, she's young. She's probably looking which direction to go. I'm gonna still stick with her. I'm not gonna just, turn the pitchforks on her. And now Joe Biden with this. Like, this is more than I thought he would do, honestly. So it's an interesting thought. Also, I wanted to talk about Wisconsin. So, for all of you who risked your lives to vote in Wisconsin, that was probably for naught. I mean that because it is arguably going to go down as the worst primary state election ever held in American history. Um, over at this moment, they said about over 200,000 ballots will be probably just thrown away because due to the post offices not being manned like they normally are, there's the postmark date is not put on a lot of those ballots. So due to a Supreme Court decision from years ago, it makes those ballots invalid, and they're just going to throw them away, which is just yeah. I mean, and that's you can take that however you want. That's maybe why some of the Joe Biden switching progressive thing is still in me. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if I trust it. This whole shit's rigged. But a sad situation in Wisconsin, though. And, as far as the whole thing with them not being post dated, and the Wisconsin Supreme Court saying, look, well, precedent shows that that they're invalid now. Okay, can we please stop with the precedent on everything? Because the last time the Supreme Court voted on that, was there a pandemic going around? Did we really need to shut down the fucking country so people wouldn't die? Was that happening? Because probably not. So precedent isn't a one-to-one ratio here. And I think we got to be smart with a lot of things like that. And we tend to rely on these old decisions and bills and books and scrolls and every other goddamn thing we do comes from some sort of tradition or something that was said a long time ago, but we never compare the situations, which would make 120% sense in a situation where, yeah, it probably wasn't a pandemic then. Guessing not. Here there was. Certain people weren't able to work. That's why this happened. We all know their intent. We all know what was happening. And look, whether you want to believe it or not, there's going to be a group of people who's going to say, I bet you most of those were Bernie Sanders supporters. And I would be one of those. And I'll tell you why. Because in Wisconsin, Bernie Sanders told his people, don't go out and vote. He encouraged them to vote by mail. That would have been most of them. Is that crazy to believe that? No. We have our logic spelled out right there, but that's what's happening. Anyway, to just finish off this wonderful show, give you more good news about our country. As of right now, in the United States, due to the novel coronavirus or SARS-2-CoV-19, we have 22,079 deaths. We had 1,471 today, which we're down by like 400, which is pretty good. And over 500,000 cases, which again, on the cases, we're also down. So we might actually, we might be doing better. Flattening the curve, so to speak, and maybe seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe May isn't as crazy as it seems to get out of some of this. It's hard to say. The important thing is the social distancing is what got us here, and so we need to keep that up. Anyway, guys, stay safe. Take care of yourself, and if you get a chance, play Final Fantasy VII if you are a video game fan. It is a fantastic game. Anyway, take care.